everyone, it's Elizabeth Huston from Elpis Astrology at elpisastrology.com. Well, I'm here, as I mentioned earlier, in Highclere Castle. And Highclere Castle is actually where Downton Abbey was filmed and has become quite a famous place to visit. And I'm very fortunate to be here. Here with my good friends Val and John, and we've just finished going through the Egyptian exhibit, which is actually quite interesting. Tutankhamun was the actual mummy, as well as all his goods and gold that was found by Lord Carnarvon. And it's actually Lord Carnarvon that actually, and his lady, that still live here. And it's actually quite interesting, the whole, all going through all the different grounds, as well as the different rooms that, you know, Lady Edith was in. They didn't show Lady Mary, I don't know where she actually was, but they had Sybil as well, for all those that are Downton Abbey fans. So, why am I making this video, besides the obvious that I'm in Downton Abbey land, is that this is the day of the total solar eclipse in Leo. So this is the 21st of August 2017, and I am in the United Kingdom. So what I thought I would do today is, there's been a lot of videos that have been done, and I thought today I would just cover the houses and what this might mean to you with regards to the eclipse. Now don't forget that this eclipse, new moon eclipse, is actually probably going to affect most of us for at least a good 6 months. If it does actually aspect some major aspects, say like your ascendant, say you've got your ascendant somewhere around, let's say 26 to 29 degrees of Leo, it could actually have an effect of 1 to 2 years. So bear that in mind as things unfold in your life over the next short while. And of course, as I mentioned in my other video, when we have Mercury retrograde, which is retrograde right now in Virgo, it will be going forward again, Mercury stations direct, on the 5th of September, and it's going to be at this degree point, the exact degree point of 28 degrees Leo. So I think a lot of things will come to light around that time. I think September actually is going to be more the month where people either make changes or have something more tangible that comes in, whether it's an idea, a person, thing, or place. So really watch out for September for more. And I'll be making more videos as we've got obviously another new moon and full moon in September. Pisces and Virgo respectively. So when we look back at this eclipse today, and we start with so there's 12 houses, and we'll start off with the first house. So the first house is important because it represents ourselves, basically, how we present ourselves to the world. And so it could be something as simple that you decide that you want to change the way you look, the way you appear to other people. It could also be an internal thing where you just shift something that needed to be shifted to get you on your path of destiny. When we look at the second house rules values. Whether this is valuables, like the things, the money that buys things, or what our real internal values are. And that's important too. When we look at the third house is basically communications, or your neighborhood, or neighbors for that matter. Sometimes your siblings, like your brothers and sisters, could become important to you. But writing of any sort, communicating. Just to be transparent, I actually have the third house activated by this eclipse today, and I really have been actively doing a lot of writing on my website, as well as you know, writing the storyboards for this videos that I've been doing since the end of May. When we look at the fourth house, we're now looking at the home that you were born in, as well as the home that you're in right now. So both, or one of these, could be affected sometime around this eclipse in your life. The fifth house is actually ruled by Leo. So it doesn't really matter what sign rules your fifth house. It's a little more important at this eclipse because Leo actually rules the fifth house. Traditionally what it rules, though, is children. If you're wanting to get pregnant, for instance, or something concerning a child may come to light at this point. It also is a good time to start maybe a new business or business partnership. Games of chance. I'm not suggesting that you're going to win at the lotto, but I guess if I had the eclipse in my fifth house, this might be a time that I might buy a lotto. And love. And it's one of the reasons why you're hearing a lot about love on other videos, is because Leo rules the heart. And that's why the love aspect comes into play here. And this is all aspects of love, from the Leo standpoint anyway, compassionate love, agape love, as well as romantic love. That is what the 5th house is, the early stages. So then we go to the 6th house. The 6th house is about day-to-day work. You know, getting in your car, going to work every day, and getting in your car and coming back, or the subway or the train or walking. It also rules your health. So one or both of these things could come up at this time. If your health, if you've been ignoring something in your health, you may get more of a signal that really says you've got to do something about it. But if you've been taking care of your health, this will just be a time when you will just maybe up the ante a little bit to make your health a little bit better. You may also change your job at this time, or maybe change the location of your job. Then we look at the 7th house. The 7th house is all about partnerships, any place where you sign an actual contract. So that includes marriage as well as business partnerships. Things either way could happen. If someone is in your life, business or romantically, that isn't good for you on your path of destiny, these will probably be taken out at this time, and new ones put in their place. Or if you do need a good partnership, whether it's romantic or business, this could be a fated time for something absolutely wonderful to come in for you. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, so if any of you budding astrologers can remember what Scorpio is about, tends to be a bit dark and murky. It's concerned with inheritances, taxes, pensions, that sort of thing, as well as secrets. So this is kind of a mixed bag house where you could certainly have an inheritance come in, for instance, but you could also have some secrets revealed that have been kept under wraps that you didn't want anybody to know about. All right. Then we look at the 9th house. The 9th house, even though traditionally we talk about long distance travel and higher education, it also rules spirituality in some. It's ruled by Sagittarius, you know, the Sagittarian pointing its arrow. And so it's kind of like those more higher goals of spirituality is what the 9th house rules. The 10th house is essentially about your career and your goals within making a career for yourself. So a new job may come up for you. You may decide on a whole new career to get on your path of destiny. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius, and again this is opposite to Leo, which is where the eclipse is. And Aquarius is kind of more of a mental type sign, not a lot of emotion associated with it. So I would say if you've got the eclipse in your 11th house, this could also be a little more significant. So the 5th house and the 11th house, a little more emphasis for those folks that have the eclipse falling here. I'm talking about the Leo eclipse on the 21st, the total eclipse, because of the fact that it's in opposition to the eclipse itself. So this is all things like the internet, sudden unexpected things coming through, rapid communications. It could to some extent also mean like a video type thing, although more ruled by Pisces. And your friends, the groups that you belong to. You may make a big break with the friends that you have. You may make a lot of new friends. It also rules astrology, so certainly on the internet and YouTube there's a lot more about astrology on there since we've done this eclipse. So we have one more house, and that's the 12th house. This tends to be a house that's a little more internal. We look at our internal landscape, maybe more in line with thinking about how we want to change, maybe going to an ashram, maybe going away on a retreat. It is just a lot of internal work, and it's also a very spiritual sign because it's ruled by Pisces. And so this could be also connection with all forms of developing your higher consciousness. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I will try to get some stills that I'll get inserted in this video as well, that you can enjoy some other parts of the English countryside. Thanks for joining me today. I've really enjoyed this. This has been just such a treat to come to Downton Abbey, which is really Highclere Castle in the Newbury area in United Kingdom. Take care, and please post comments. I really would like to hear what has transpired at this eclipse for you.